So I just woke up and I think today I'm going to film my first YouTube video. But before that, I'm going to go for a run. Alright, I'm back and it was horrible. Ugh. My name is Rico James and I'm the one who produced the Samurai Saga. I fucked up though, I fucked up big time. I deleted the original files and the original sessions, so I thought, wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity to just recreate my own work that I did 4 years ago? I still have the same samples, I have the same one-shots, the drums, the bass, and I think I still have the skill. So this should and could be fun. Let's do it! Alright, bada bim bada boom, let's jump right into the production. First you want to start with the sample. Just drag and drop it into your project and then chop it up. Afterwards I'm gonna lay it down on my keyboard and I can play different things with it. So the order oftentimes changes and you could call it a remix. Number 2. Arrangement. So this is a pretty important step because it kind of dictates the whole sections of the vibe and where they are. I try to use different colors for different sections. So for example, I have the intro in green and the chorus in another shade of green. Don't question my ways, I know what I'm doing. Number 3. The drums. This is the most important step for me, I think. I've been playing drums for 15 years and it just comes so natural to me. I try to use different velocities for different hits and don't quantize too much because otherwise it's gonna sound like you're a robot. You wanna keep it human, right? Number 4. Variations. In order to keep the listener engaged, you have to change things up. You don't wanna bore them to death. So I would recommend changing up the drums or changing up the volumes and the samples. Just like me, I changed my jacket now in order to entertain you and don't bore you to death. We all love a nice sub bass, this nice and warm feeling in the tummy, especially for Samurai's Death. I just separated the original sample from the original bass and I boosted the low frequencies on the bass. That's all I did and it just sounds marvelous. I use distortion on all of my tracks, on the drums, the bass, the sample and also on the master bus. It just creates those nice harmonics and artifacts that you really want, especially with boom bap and old school sounding songs. Number 6. Sidechaining and fine-tuning. Use more basic compression, EQing and distortion in order to polish the turd. Furthermore, you don't want a muddy low end, so sidechain the kick to the bass and you're good to go. Number 7. Speeches. I tend to use speeches in my intros and outros of the song. They kind of set the vibe and it really doesn't matter where you take them from. I usually take them from animes, movies or just YouTube videos. Anything that inspires you really. After a very intense and sweaty produced session, let's compare the two versions to each other. Shall we?
Vagrant and Ronin G. These two will hereby be executed by decapitation and their heads put on display. Are you ready to apologize? Are you ready to grovel at my feet and beg for forgiveness?
If living means bowing down to the likes of you bastards, I'd rather die on my feet with my head held high.
So now that you heard the two versions, which one do you think is better? The OG one that I did 4 years ago or the new one? Let me know what you think in the comments, but before you go I have a little surprise for you. I'm including the original Samurai's Death building kit with all the things that you need, the drums, the bass, the sample, in order to build your own Samurai's Death. or you can just do something completely different with it. I don't care, but you should have fun with it. This is it for me today. Rico James out. Let's do it!